You know what I mean? So I just got on the live, by the way. So tap into the last YouTube video. It's already uploaded. It's about the eclipses if you want to hear it. The eclipses are happening in Libra, Taurus axis, Venusian things. You can see old people from the past that you used to eat with, that you went on a date with. Certain people. Only Scorpios, only Geminis would see lovers from the past. Friends from the past, people you went to school with from the past. Leos will see that. Virgos, probably would. Yes. Yes, Virgos would. You would see events that Venus events. Maybe you go to the mall and you don't like the clothes that you used to wear. You don't eat the food that you used to eat. Um Stuff like that. So it's not really bad, guys. So by the way, so if you've been seeing old friends, especially if you're like I said, I'm a Cancer rising. I've been seeing old friends, old classmates that I've hung out with. If you are a Sag, you could have seen old coworkers, old people that you used to clash with, maybe. Maybe you start talking to your cousins again. Aquariuses start talking to the family again. Look at that. Aquarius rising. It's not that bad, guys. These eclipses are not bad. You can see, you can like go back to an old style of clothes. You may finally be taking care of your skin the right way. Finally, you're drinking green juices. Your nasty ass been smoking and drinking Hennessy the whole summer, and now it's time to clean up. I don't know. It's not that bad, guys. You know, I actually started going to my family more often. Cancer rising. Exactly. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, guys. Okay. So if you, or, it could be like some of you are done with contracts. Like some people I was talking to, they're done with like some credit cards. They done with some relationships. It's not bad, guys. It's really, you're used to the shit. So, okay. Now, to read a little bit of more charts, I want you guys to be more savvy, guys. This is like a joystick. If you knew the energy, how to play it, you would move differently in the matrix, a little bit more strategic, okay? For instance, they're happening anyways. It's happening all at the same time. We're all part of this long scheme of things, right? So, for instance, the luminaries are the sun and the moon. All right. Oh, wait. This is not a good angle for this. There we go. So the sun and the moon, guys, right? So for instance, the sun is what happens in the day. The moon could tell you the environment even all the way at night, okay? The moon, they activate things. What do I mean by activate? So they highlight. Think about this like a dark room. The sun and the moon is the only thing that allows you to see things. So it's the only way you can see and move around this matrix, that the different areas of life. That is what you're supposed to use astrology for. So when you look at your charts, what you want to do is you always want to know about your, first of all, your body. So we're gonna pick. We need a celebrity. So I mean, I could pick Beyonce. Anybody? I guess I'll pick Beyonce, guys, because Beyonce. I mean, she's trending, and we actually know her time of birth, and I'm like pretty certain her time of birth is. Oh well, Britney Spears. All right, right. Britney's. Let's do Britney because she's literally trending right now. Let's see. Okay, so for instance, we have Britney Spears here. Okay, so she's a Libra rising. Look, we're getting eclipse, right? She's a Libra rising. She is also a Chiron in Taurus. So, for instance, she just wrote a book, right? So she just wrote a book about her life. There was a whole eclipse in Libra, and she just wrote a book about her past. And mind you, don't get it twisted. Britney be reading astrology books. Anyways, anybody in here, can you guys tag Britney Spears? Cause okay. Anyways, yeah. So think about it like this. So if we have eclipses happening right now, this is her body. This is who she is. The person, right? This is controlled. What does she have up there? Think about it just like that. Which is actually great that we picked Britney because she has a 2 degrees. Look how great. Look how cool the universe works. Look, the sun is at 2 degrees Scorpio, and Britney Spears has a 2 degrees Libra. We just randomly picked. Well, we first picked Beyonce, then we picked Britney, right? Now think about it. This is her body. This is who she is, which is Saturn and Pluto. Her body, who she is controlled by someone, an entity. There's some type of control. Why do I say control? Saturn, there's a restriction to her. All her life, she was restricted. Literally. Someone else controlled this whole thing. Pluto, that's the control, the power that they had over her. Mind you, zoom out. If you look, Venus is Libra, right? So Libra is ruled by Venus. And look, her Venus is in Capricorn. Again, her fourth house, which is her home, her womanhood, her first of all, this came from her family. Like her dad's been controlling everything since the dawn of time, right? So we have the fourth house comes into the first. Look, that's Saturn. Then we have Saturn ruling her moon, which again, if we zoom out, look, her moon is the MC, Cancer. So she, which by the way, Brittany's great job, babes. You did such an amazing job picking the perfect time to talk about you because we're all interested. Yes. Right now, all Aquariuses, we're entering the age of Aquarius. She has a moon in Aquarius. The Aquarius rules humanity, the internet, groups of people. There's groups of people on the internet who is in love with Britney Spears. Okay? They follow everything she does. Oh my God. What is Britney trying to tell us? She's talking to us in signs. There's a group of people that think that Britney is channeling them. I don't know why. But I mean, you get it. Okay, so think about it. Saturn, again, the first house, is the ruler of the fourth and fifth, her children, right? Her performance, her hobbies, her creative ventures. That's what the fifth house is. This is how you connect everything. So her body is connected to her home, and so is her relationships connected to her home. Her hobbies is connected to her home. This is for a long time. And some people even say that Britney might be dead, which is funny because Saturn rules death, and Kate, her Venus is like K2'd or eclipsed, which is very interesting to me. Also, I question her mental mind, right? So we all, don't y'all, so another thing, I think about this all the time. Look, this is her third house. This is her mind, how she communicates, right? One, she's always dancing. So look, let's talk about that. She's on social media, third house, right? Always looking crazy. I'm sorry to say that. The ruler of her third house is Jupiter, right? Sagittarius, which Jupiter is in the second house. It's like she lost her mind. You know, that's why we always like wonder what's really going on. It's unsure if she's like normal or not. We don't know if she's there or not. Her Sun and Neptune are really close, you know. Mind you, again, she's always performing. The moon is the ruler of her 10th house of career. She's always on the internet. Aquarius rules the internet, dancing. Don't y'all find that interesting? I just wanted to point that out. Something that I noticed, and I was like, interesting. Yes, okay. But what does that mean? A lot of people have something similar with placements. Well, the fourth house rules your mother, your home, your family, being your culture. A lot of you are letting your culture get a hold of you. That might be another thing. People don't even think about that concept. Look, your fourth house rules your ancestors, the roots of where you came from. For instance, there's a groups of people that have let their religion, and I don't want to go there, but there's a group of people who've let their culture, the people, their society of religion, their faith, basically control their next course of action. Does that make sense? If you have empty houses, that's nothing's wrong with it. There's a ruler somewhere. Okay? I read the chart whole signs, okay? But by the way, this is not whole signs, this is Placidus. I just left it like that because it's pretty whole signs. So I hope this makes sense for anyone out there. We're recording this. I'm 9 minutes in, but that's not bad. We're recording this. It will be on YouTube so you can hear it. We're picking up what you're putting down, but that I just wanted to basically when you come into the scene, this is your chart. This is your character. The character moves a certain way. It has certain like restrictions. I don't want to call them restrictions or limitations that they can move to um easily. Let's say that. How about that? There's certain boundaries that if you stay within these boundaries, you get to your target point much faster. How about that? Does that make sense? So if you understood more of your chart instead of it just getting like read by people, you need to learn how to move within these parameters so you can expand your soul to the highest potential. It is a chess piece, so like moving strategically. Thank you. Yes. So for instance, like if I was Britney Spears, I would create Venus. The fourth house is creation. Venus is in there, cultivating things, right? Something that I brainstorm within. Mind you, she wrote a book. Look, her son is in the third house for careers. We never seen her podcasting. We never seen her. Is she like? Is she's always just been a performer? We didn't even really pay attention to her when she was acting. But look, when she wrote a book, the shit already one of the top seller books. The shit been ordered for months, cause her son is in the third house. She's moving within her parameters. Mind you, again, Britney Spears reads astrology. Somebody who, if she was smart, somebody told her, I think you should write a book because the sun and Mercury's here. Mercury belongs to this house. Mercury does the best in this house. So you should do something within that parameter. What can I do within these parameters? Mind you, again, if we zoom out, the sun opposes the ninth house, which is Gemini writing. The sun also fulfills the ninth house away from itself, which is the Leo house, which already the universe, she's already a performer. People already want to see her. The audience loves her. This is a love relationship that she has with the audience. They're waiting for this. Look, these are all the groups of people that will join her clan. That's basically what I'm seeing. Why did I say that? Because the sun is the ruler of Leo. Leo is in the 11th house of the audience. Anybody who is a fan of anybody who's a fan of Britney Spears becomes famous. You ever notice that really diehard Britney fans, they all become famous out of nowhere? She just got the magic six. Um Also, by the way, Britney Spears is profiting out of her pain. She has Chiron in the 8th house. She's making money off her pain. Most celebrities do have Chiron somewhere where they make money off their pain. K2. K2 means that K2, for instance, her house is pretty dark. K2 could be what happens at home. It could be some type of darkness. These are the eclipses of the moon and the sun. If the eclipse is in your fourth house, you can't see. Think about it. The eclipse covers the luminaries, the sun and the moon, and we're not able to see, right? But if K2 falls in your fourth house, you can't see for instance, I have Rahu in my sixth house of work. I work in dark jobs. I work in areas that are very dark. I work in a warehouse. That's how very real it is. Or it could be different. It could be you're at home and it's a lot of scholars. There's a lot of health issues. It depends on how the K2 is positioned. It could be very much introverted family. They're very quiet, very distant. Everybody in the family is detached, very cold, very transactional. That's what that means. K2 is a detached. We can't see in there. That means you can't see in her home. That's what happens. That's why every time people see in Britney Spears' living home is very dark always. Think about it. Think about where Rahu and Ketu is in your chart. Think about Rahu and Ketu. What is this? Okay, think about Rahu and Ketu. These symbols right here. Look for the Rahu, which this, if you didn't know what that looks like. This is Rahu right here. And this is Ketu right here. Okay? Look at your chart, okay, and where they fall. It could be very that easy. Like, let's say for instance you have it in your first and seventh house. You date people outside of your color. You may date a light skinned person, a dark skinned person. If you're black, you date white. It could be really that easy. Maybe your partner is very smart, very scholar like. They read a lot. They're very detached, cold. Okay? Think about, or for instance, it falls in your third or ninth. Your brother and sister, dark skin, light skin. Dad, mom and dad. Maybe you have a dark skinned father, a light skinned mother, a light skinned grandmother, light dark skinned whatever. Maybe you're Rahu. Somebody works in electronics. Spot on. My soulmate was a different race. Yes. Maybe Rahu rules wherever Rahu is. That brings electronics, technology, futuristic, symbolistic things, right? So if you have it in the ninth house, your father works with machineries. Or he worked outside. You know what I mean? Um, Whatever that might be. If it falls in your eighth or second house, maybe the way you get money could be dark. Some people will call it dark. Or maybe you have a black and white family. Like the one side of the family, this is family, this is, it could be like that. Or they're detached. Um, you have really obsessive tendencies with people. It's a very Rahu and Ketu. It's like a wannabe god. It's very. It's like a snake. It literally is what it helps you move within the matrix. If you wanted to figure out how to make money right away, like damn, what should I be doing right now? Like for instance, I said this right now. If you're a Cancer rising, Rahu's in your 10th house. Why are you not going live? Kunde, this is how you activate the head of the snake. This is how you move within the parameters of the matrix. You know what I mean? This could be whatever that you have a dark mindset. I have K2 in this 12th house, 6th house, dark mind. That's a fact. Hell yeah, I'll tell you that for a fact. You can have it in the 11th or 5th house. You have friends, dark skinned friends, friends that work in technology, friends that are unorthodox. Your friends may own a snake, a reptile. That's how you know it's real. No lie. If you've had Rahu, which is this symbol, in your 6th house, you've had a reptilian pet. I'm pretty sure you did. You know what? I hope that makes sense. So if you guys pay attention, who wants to make money? Let me answer that. Put it in the chat. Let's start off there. Who wants to learn how to make money? We gotta play the themes music. Who wants to make some money? Me. There we go. That's exactly what I. This is exact. Let me see. Theme shows. Theme show. Dun, 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 dun. The Price is Right? No, should I do Price? No, Price is Right. Hang on, y'all. Let me put my little theme song, and then I'll be feeling better. Price is Right. Sorry, I'm feeling right. OMG, me, 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 me. See, that gets you activated. Why? Because that's a Rahu thing. Rahu belongs, likes desires, likes material things. Rahu likes to get the money. This is, if you want to make money, this is it, because money is fake. Money is not a real thing. So you got to go where the fake things are. Just say that. You just say, Shirley, yes, take me where all the fake things are so you can be attracted to me. Okay. That's what it is. Duh. Now I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how. First, I got to play the song. And I'm going to show you who wants to make money. Who? All right, thank you so much for that. Okay, first of all, this is what you gotta find out. This is how you're gonna do it. First, see you're thinking ahead, and I have you're already if you're thinking, oh, my north node is here, my north node is there. That's not what this conversation is about, baby. We're looking for the Aries house. One more time. Oh, damn. I've actually, if you've been on my Instagram, you've heard this before. If you've been on Instagram, you've heard this before. This is Rahu. If you've been on Instagram, you've heard this before. You know I gotta slow it down for them kiddos. This is what you gotta do. First, you're gonna pull up your chart. Let's go back. First, we're gonna do Britney Spears because this is the one that I have up here. So don't be upset at me. Britney Spears. You're gonna pull up your natal chart, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and you're gonna find Aries, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. First, I gotta look for her chart. Okay, so I'm going to show you with Britney Spears' chart because she just wrote a book and it's going to make her the moolah. And we also found out that Britney is missing $1 billion. She's crazy. But I can't help her. If you've been on by the way, you can ask these things on Patreon, by the way, and it could be specified for you. I'm always answering things on the Patreon DMs. It's just a lot, so I'm going to be going through them, okay? So, but I don't want to advertise for that because then it comes a lot. So anyways, find an Aries house. So what you're going to do is you're going to find an Aries house. That's what you're going to do. You're going to look at your chart. You have 12 zodiac signs, right? Every chart has 12 zodiac signs. You're going to find your Aries house. Everyone has a different Aries house. 7, 8, 6, 4, doesn't matter. Okay. Real simple. You're going to find out what that house is about. Pretty easy. The first house, your body, money, assets, writing, talking, driving, paperwork. Fourth house, home, things that you create, things that you start to cultivate, assets as well, cars, children, hobbies, projects, performance. Sixth house, services that you can provide, places you can work at. Seventh house, businesses that you can build, Libra. So for instance, Britney Spears has a business. Her business is Mars. She has Aries. So everybody has an Aries house. Everyone has Mars. So this happens every year, y'all. You just don't use your eclipses, guys. Okay? Aries in the 8th house. It could be clients, investments. It could be salary changes. Research can make you money. Also could be services if Aries is in your 8th house. Teaching, traveling, launching, marketing, advertising, banking. This could also be banking, 8th house. You could go to the bank, get a loan. All right? So if you're a Virgo, I'm talking to you Virgos. I'm talking to you Leos, all right? Aries in our 10th house, which is Cancers, public image. You see me, I'm out here, y'all. I'm a Cancer rising. You think I'm doing a good job? Who want to book with me now? All right, so I'm showing you in live motion how to activate it. So Aries is our 10th house. You can apply for salary jobs. You can build things if you want to. Aries is if it's in your 11th house. Gemini, why are you not on the internet, my friend? The internet is trying to pay me. I'm trying to get TikTok to fucking pay me. Excuse me, you hear me, TikTok? Hello. Anyways, the 12th house, Aries is who's that? Tauruses. You could find hidden wealth. All Tauruses can find money that they've never found, but you could be working for people behind the scenes. You could be working on a creative project that makes you money. Okay. Now, for plain and simple, this happens every year, y'all. Last year, the North Node was in Taurus. You could have made money with your Taurus house, depending on the conditions of your Venus, right? So Britney Spears, she didn't write her book when the eclipses happened over her Chiron. When it was Venus, she probably was, well, she was probably writing it, but she didn't release it. She released it when Mars is in a better conditions. So in this case, her Mars is in a better conditions than Venus and Capricorn, to be quite honest. Yes. Um because of K2, there's Chiron is not involved, okay? It's ruled Saturn takes too long. Mars is more reactive. Now, she wrote a book while this was happening, well, in the creation mode, right? So she was getting eclipse here. The North Node was in Taurus. She was developing, researching, writing, creating the book. Then now the North Node is eclipsing here, the 7th, right? And the 1st. She is eclipsing in her 7th and her 1st. And now because Mars rules her Aries house, Mars is in Virgo. Virgo rules writing. And it's in the 12th house of creative venture. She released lots of secrets. This was shocking. That's for fucking sure. She talked about her exes. She talked about Justin Timberlake, which obviously he hurt her a lot. He's the one that got away. Mars, the 7th house, right? She has a 7th house, which is partnerships, right? In the 12th house, she lost Justin. She ain't never been right since then. That's my baby. Now, guess what? Jupiter rules the man that gave her the baby. Kevin Federline was a background dancer. He worked behind the scenes. Kevin Federline was a rapper. Kevin Federline didn't have a job. He was a scam artist. I'm just saying. Hello. And he was controlling, and he was toxic. He drank a lot, and he was only in there for the money. Why? Because Jupiter is in Scorpio in her 2nd house of money. You see what I'm saying? Right? She's taking, and mind you, the 2nd house is money, right? 2nd house is her finances, and is in the 12th house of losses. Even now, we find out that she lost $1 billion. Let me tell you something. I lose $1 billion. It is not a thing you want to happen. Like, not I, kiddos. Okay, so, but I'm just saying, like, it's there. She's made $1 billion. She's made it. She's lost it. She was once the queen of pop or whatever what is she, the princess of pop? She was number one, then it went all away. You know what I mean? You say, I can't lose $1 billion. Not me. It wasn't written for the stars for me. Can't, because I don't have that in my placement. You see what I'm saying? They do, because they couldn't be me. Anyways, but that's how this works. I hope that makes sense. But I just wanted to break down one chart. When you come into your, whatever this is, when you come into your chart, look at your 1st house when it comes in. What ruler, work on those paradigms. Like, try to emphasize that energy. Britney Spears been a child actress. Like, she's been doing this for years. Obviously, you're not going to have this kind of setup, but maybe you make money with your family from home. Like, for instance, let's say, damn, I have a job coming up. My uncle gave me a job and my friend gave me a job. Who should I listen to? And, for instance, the ruler of your 1st is in the 4th. You should listen to go to the family job. For instance, you'd be like, damn, I just got a job offer with my best friend. She's the best. And you have mad placements in the 11th house. Go to be with your friends. You know what I mean? So find the ruler of your 1st house. That's important. I would say look at your sun. The next important thing, because the big 3. Find your big 3. Your sun is in the 3rd house. What can you do to 3rd house? Look, it only took Britney Spears to write a book. She's going to make a lot of money out of this. I'm pretty sure she will. Right? So Look at where your sun is, and not only does your sun burn this house, so it wants to fulfill that house to the fullest. It wants to represent this, the writing house, the talking house, the curious house. For instance, this is if you have your sun in the third house. Also know that your sun aspects then two other houses, which is the seventh house opposing itself, like this. So right across from it. So the sun is here. It's gonna shine its light to right across. And then from your sun in the third house or wherever it sits, you're gonna count 9 places away. You're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is the ninth house. Is a ninth aspect. It could also be just the highest version of that sun. So for in or whatever or whatever sign that is. So you're mutable or whatever. If whatever your sun sign is, whatever sign it has soulmate signs. It gets along with two other signs, right? It gets along with Aries if you're a Sag, or Leo if you're a Sag. So you want to go with Leo because Leos take you to a higher version of yourself. Okay? There's certain people that take you into a higher version. So if you're a Capricorn, you want to hang out with a Virgo because they take you to the highest version of yourself. For instance, if you're an Aquarius, you want to hang out with Libras. They take you to your highest version of yourself. And I'm talking about your sun sign. So if your sun sign is in Capricorn, hang out with a Virgo. If you're a Cancer, hang out with a Pisces. If you're a Scorpio, hang out with Cancers. This is if for the sun sign. So if you are in Aries, hang out with Sagittarius. If you are a Taurus, hang out with Capricorns. If you're a Gemini, hang out with Aquariuses. They just show you more about yourself. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be, it could be the girl version of that sign. It doesn't have to be with a relationship. You don't have to sleep with this person. But they will get you to, I know this is hard for you to believe, but they will take you to the higher version of your sun sign. If you're a Libra, hang out with a Gemini. Because look, if your sun is Libra, the ninth house is the house of God. It is your luckiest place here on earth. Hanging out with the Gemini placements, they will help you, your soul, find Dharma. You're going to go within through. It's going to be a gut feeling. You're just going to know exactly what to do. You're going to go that way. I dated a Sagittarius. He's definitely so, but it's not. You don't have to date them. You could just be their friends, guys. Also, don't forget people forgotten to be friends. You know that. A lot of people forget. You know you don't have to sleep with people. You guys can just hang out and be friends, right? Did you guys forget that? You can also have friendships with people. Don't forget, guys. That's a thing that also happens in the universe. You are so connected with other humans, not in a sexual way. You know what I mean? Friends can also be part of your journey. Just saying. If you're a Leo, hang out with an Aries. They take you to your highest version of yourself. Sí, señora. Especially, and I'm talking about your sun sign. So I'm not really. It could also work if you're your rising sign. So like if you're a different rising sign, hang out with your ninth house people. They help you. They take you to your higher version. If you're a Virgo, hang out with your Taurus friends because the ninth house is the house of joy. Your first, fifth, and ninth is when the character moves like dharmically, meaning they move because it feels like a gut feeling. It's not planned out. You just can't help it. It's like being part of a movie. Okay? These are soul callings. These are basically your soul feels a burning sensation into executing these journeys. You've earned this from your past life. So if you have placements in your first, fifth, and ninth, you've earned these things in your past life. Your soul came with them. They came with an equipment of them. This is the fun part of your personality. This is where you perform. This is what's the legacy that leave behind, how you carry your life. Like honestly, I just want to be free. I just want to live my life. This is how what you believe life should be like. So this is how you perform within life. This is what you believe within you. Let's say if you believe I'm gay, I'm Muslim, I'm a nerd, I'm introverted, I'm not lucky, I'm very lucky. This is what you told your mind that is because of the matters of the universe and what you've learned. This is what played out. So, your first, fifth, and ninth house are soul calling motions. So, if, again, people that are in your ninth house take your soul, sun, to the highest elevations of it. Does that make sense? For instance, if you're a Scorpio, Scorpios are intense, and it's because they came here to feel these intensity. That's why Cancer is the highest version of that soul fulfillment. Scorpio only came here to feel it. That's why everything's intense, because they last life you were afraid of being a fear. You were afraid of things. Now you're a Scorpio. You're going straight into intensity. That way you no longer have fear of things, death, of everything that's scary can happen. That is why you chose to be a Scorpio or a Sagittarius. You came here to experience life, you know? That's why Leo is they want to have fun. They're adventurous. 9 houses away. If you go 9 houses away, that's what you're going to get. So if we go around, it's the fulfillment of the soul. So if you go around the house, right? If you put Sagittarius in the first house, Leo's their ninth house. They came to have fun, adventurous. That's what they call them. The mind you, the ninth house is the house of travel. That's all Sagittarius are known for. So that is why you're fulfilling the ninth house. Does that make sense? Scorpio, same thing. Scorpios would have, if you put the sun in the rising sign, you came here to feel things because you weren't feeling them. You didn't want to face fear. You were afraid. You were content. You were comfortable, dependent. You were a Libra. But now you're a Scorpio, so you are facing them. I hope that makes sense. Um, what does it mean? So I'm talking about your sun sign, by the way. You should use your. I am talking about your sun signs. Yes, this might be too advanced. Anyways, why don't we start reading some charts? And you can ask whatever you want to ask there. Let's do that. We're gonna read. So hang on, actually, because